Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So, patch 7.1.5 is the ideal time to start a new character with Legion. Not only do you benefit from a host of improvements since launch, but you also gain access to the artifact catch-up system. This will allow you to get up to speed very quickly indeed, and today's video is about how to do that. It's mainly meant for returning players who haven't been involved with the game since the initial launch period. So if you've been playing hardcore since launch, then, awesome, but this video probably isn't for you. TLDR, go to Nighthold, that's where the best gear is, so go do that. But this video is mainly about getting your new characters and overall just sort of covering the fastest way to get that stuff done. Let's start off with gearing. We're going to be focusing on two main goals with this guide. Goal number one is getting Mythic Plus boosted by other players who want to use you for your Keystone, and you'll probably get a good bit of loot in the process of doing that. And the second is to gain entrance to Nighthold LFR so that you can start building up a gear set quite quickly and getting some tier 19 bonuses. So let's start at the beginning. When you hit max level, what you want to do is just do any world quests that drop gear, then do all of the emissary caches that have spawned on the world map, and then perhaps fill in some of your spare gear slots with cheap bits of item level 815 crafted gear. You will then probably just want to do the quest from your order hall that will give you an 810 for free. You also then want to go to Dalaran and purchase Seals of Broken Fate for either order hall resources or gold. Then go and do the world boss that is up for a chance of an 860 bit of gear. If you're not item level 810 yet, and that stuff should get you to roughly 810, then either just purchase some more gear or run some normal dungeons. But once you are 810, the goal is to run heroic dungeons as quickly as you can, while at the same time doing any gear rewarding world quests and just doing your emissary caches. The world quest system will always give you gear up until, for a relevant item level until you're like, 850 plus. So your next goal is to just do all that stuff to hit item level 825. As soon as that happens, you will gain access to Emerald Nightmare LFR. Run through that. Your next item level goal is item level 830, which will get you access to Trial of Valor LFR, which drops 845, so try to run that. And Nighthold LFR is going to be a very big source of initial gear. Its first wing drops 855 gear, its second and third wings drop 860 gear, and the final boss drops 865. It also, and I think more importantly, drops set gear, which will be very good for making your character powerful, so, getting in there early should be a pretty big priority for you. If you can do this before embarking on Mythic Plus for the week, then probably do. Now, hopefully with all that stuff that I've talked about, you've had decent luck with Titan Forged rolls and all of that, because the next big goal is getting your hands on a Mythic Plus Keystone. So to do that, you want to head to the pre-made group finder and just start applying to regular Mythic dungeon groups. Eventually you should get one with your current item level, which at this stage should be 830 plus. And again, this is all stuff you can do very quickly. This dungeon will reward you with a Mythic Plus 2 Keystone at the very end. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking that Keystone and ideally using that to get a lot of gear. Now, what happens after you've got this Keystone kind of depends. If you've got a Keystone that's for a desirable dungeon, then you want to find a boost group. Just check the pre-made group finder and enter boost as a search term. Most groups will be looking for the Maw of Souls, Dark Heart Thicket, Court of Stars, though it is easy to get a boost group for most of the dungeons, bar the likes of Halls of Valor or Eye of Ashara, as they are quite long. So if you have a Keystone like Maw of Souls that will get you into a boost group, then go and do that. These are ran by highly geared players who are just wanting more shots at the loot table, so the chances of you sort of fucking up a run are quite slim, and they'll be providing most of the heavy lifting. They'll also almost always be getting a triple chest run, which will give you another Keystone that's +5 and hopefully a bunch of gear. You then want to take that +5 Keystone that you've got and try to find another boost group, assuming that it's a desirable Keystone. And overall, this will get you lots of gear and lots of artifact power. Now, if you're not having much luck and you're getting like a Halls of Valor Keystone, well, that's a bit of a bummer. What you should then do is wait until a little bit later on in the week. As time goes on, there will be fewer non-depleted Keystones in circulation, so that the one that you have, which right now isn't that valuable, well, at the end of the week, it will be a bit more valuable. I've been able to find boost groups up to Mythic +9. This overall will get you lots of quite good gear very quickly indeed, as long as you have a little bit of luck. Now, if the Keystones haven't been working out for you, then just grind out normal Mythic dungeons and clear Karazhan as well if you can. Assuming you are currently not a raider and you don't have access to, a bunch of friends or people who can carry you around content, I believe this is the fastest way of getting yourself geared up. It's the fastest for most people overall. Now, it is of course worth asking why you want gear. If it's to get into raiding, then you also want to put a heavy focus on being a good player and being skilled, because item level, generally speaking, is a pretty terrible indication of somebody's individual skill, and often it isn't a good way of predicting somebody's throughput in a fight. Now, once you are at that stage where you've got your set bonus and you've got pretty decent gear overall, if you want to get more gear, then you either want to A, get into raids, or B, just continue doing all of that Mythic Plus stuff that I was saying, and maybe, try to form your own boost group so you can use other people's keystones to get loads of gear for yourself. So the next thing to talk about is artifact power catch-up. Patch 7.1.5 brings two new mechanics that will be of pretty extreme use to you. First, artifact synopsises can be purchased for 500 order hole resources. You can purchase these and get yourself up to artifact knowledge rank 15 on any new character. Well, not any character at all, even if it isn't you. You can then purchase bind on account artifact knowledge compendiums. These are purchased on a main and are then sent to an alt, and they will boost the artifact knowledge rank of that alt character who uses it to a specific number, which is denoted by the tooltip on the actual item itself. You can buy better ones on, a higher artifact knowledge character, so just go into your main, buy the best one you can, and mail that to your alt. Now, getting back up to speed is actually quite easy, and I explained that in a video in which I basically set out to find out, how long it would take for me to get an alt mostly caught up. But the TLDR is, if you just do world quests and also do Suramar, then you're going to be in a very good state overall. And I would recommend that as soon as you hit max level, you get your artifact knowledge ranked up very quickly before you head into Suramar, because just using Suramar as an example, it's got an extreme amount of artifact knowledge inside it, of artifact power. So thinking about what you actually want to do once you've got this artifact knowledge, it's pretty simple. First of all, just clear the map of AP rewarding world quests, then do all your emissary caches. Pretty simple stuff. Now, because you've been gearing up at the same time as doing this, you will get plenty from your heroic dungeons and your mythic dungeons. One of the fastest ways to get a big burst of it initially is to head to Suramar, which will get you a pretty massive amount, assuming you've got the artifact knowledge. You also want to do the mythic pluses, as I said. They will again give you a very big boost of initial AP. Overall, I found that doing 2 hours of world quests and 1 and a bit hours of Suramar at artifact knowledge rank 20 would have been enough for me to purchase 28 out of 34 traits on the weapon of a new character, and 28 traits will get you the vast majority of the power that you actually need, and you can pretty much do that in an evening. So basically, gear catch up, it's similar to how it was before, but just, mythic plus boost groups really are a thing now, and of course Nighthold is going to be useful for your boosts. And then we've seen a tremendous sort of decrease in the amount of time that you need to put into getting your new weapons up to speed. But that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.